Weekend getaway markets can print serious cash, but they're not for everyone. Here's who they're perfect for, why they cost more upfront, and what you need to know before you buy a cabin in the woods. All right, so these cabin type Airbnb properties, in my opinion, are best for people who have a good chunk of money saved up because they just require more of an initial investment. Number one is a lot of times in order to meet the cash flow that we're looking for, we got to spend some money. So $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 is not super uncommon to knock down a really high quality Airbnb cabin. And then number two is in order to separate ourselves from the competition, a lot of times what needs to happen is a serious interior design and a stack of amenities. In my cabin, I've got a pretty expensive fire pit, I've got a game room, I've got an arcade, I've got a movie theater, and it's these extra amenities that the other cabins don't have, which is why my place does so well. All right, so you need some money up front to invest in this place. I think another good characteristic for you is if you can go to the property and help oversee the setup of everything. So let's say you work remote or you've got a flexible work schedule. Because what I've found is in some of these remote markets, high quality team members are tough to come by. So unlike in an urban market where you could jump on Thumbtack or TaskRabbit and have 3 or 4 guys there tomorrow to put together your furniture, that's a lot of times just not the case. And we could still find quality team members, but it might just take some asking around in a smaller town. So being out at the property to help oversee things will certainly help. And then lastly, what these markets can be good for is if someone is worried about rules and regulations, like cities cracking down on Airbnbs or implementing heavy restrictions. Well, if you're in that more rural getaway type of market, you're going to be pretty insulated. My cabin's on 12 acres. My neighbors would never even know that the house is there, let alone that I'm running an Airbnb at the property. But also, let's say you do have some rules or regulations or a city that's involved. A lot of times these weekend getaway markets, their local economy is propped up on someone coming out there to rent a cabin, spend a little money at the stores and the attractions, to where if they did get rid of Airbnbs, their local economy is going to take a serious hit because there's no hotels. So at the end of the day, a weekend getaway market might be best for you if you've got a decent chunk of money saved to invest in the place. You've got a flexible work schedule that would let you or your family go out to the property and work for a week or two as things get set up. And then number 3, let's say in the back of your mind you want to buy Airbnbs, but you're a little worried about cities imposing regulations. If you check those 3 boxes, I think weekend getaway markets could be for you. If you want the list of weekend getaway markets that I would personally buy in, just comment the word markets below and I'll shoot it over to you.